let's have just a pause, and then I shall ask the first question. If you can you remember the very first thing you did with Master Singers, or the first time you came across Malcolm, or he came across you?
Malcolm tells me that he came to see something I did at college. I did a big chunk, most of Act 2 of Fidelio at college in 2003, and Malcolm says he came to that. But I auditioned for the Master Singers in 2007. I think, I can't remember, but I think it was probably at Miller Andrews' suggestion.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I did a concert in the Linbury, an excerpt of Freischütz. I can't even remember what it was, if it was a duet or the aria, but anyway, it was Freischütz. I remember that.
Yeah.
And then thereafter, I've just done, there was a little trickle of maybe once a year there'd be a concert or something, and then as time went, then when Isolde came, Malcolm started saying, "Oh, do you want a little bit of help with this?" and started sending me to Annie and Anthony and to Philip, and just very, very helpful, not only with supporting me by paying for the coaching, but just advice. Malcolm would come and sit in sometimes, advice about, I think you should see this person, advice about agents, general. And actually, Malcolm started me on the road to Brünnhilde.
Excellent. Okay.
Because I was quite, I love singing Sieglinde, and I was quite reticent. Why would you bother singing Brünnhilde if you can sing Sieglinde? And Malcolm didn't say, "I think you should sing Brünnhilde," but he said, "Oh, well, do you want to do this concert and do the final scene of Walküre?" Well, the final scene of Walküre is one of the best in opera, so why would I say no?
Yeah.
And it was just after I'd had Torben, so I was looking for something to ease me in gently. Why not do the final scene
by singing Brünnhilde?
Yeah. And I did that, and of course I loved it. And then, but we didn't discuss it going any further. And then next year it was like, "Oh, well, we want to do Act 2 of Götterdämmerung with the rehearsal orchestra. Do you want to do that?" And, okay. But, so it took before I knew it, I had done a little bit of each of the Brünnhildes. Yeah. And then, by then I was like, actually, yeah, I really do want to do that.
A good way of sort of introducing yourself to it, sort of without being scared of it, without really thinking about it too much and thinking about the end product.
Or without thinking, I think I'm made to do this, I really should do this. But I just sort of went into it sideways and found actually that it's sort of amazing.
Yeah, and we're all so looking forward to seeing it. It's just a shame we can't see it, now.
I know, so today is Tuesday, opening night would have been Thursday.
Would have been this Thursday, gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So today, I guess today would have been the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, probably would have been. Isn't that extraordinary? Isn't that extraordinary? Well, it'll come. It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come. And what have you been doing in the meantime, apart from teaching? You've been working on stuff?
I've been, I think, as busy as ever. Because, well, it helps to have a ring cycle in your diary.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Because, so even with Walküre, although I felt like I was prepared for rehearsals to start, the fact is, with Wagner, you're never prepared enough.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
So in a way, I've got this extra time to read more, to listen more, and to think more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been one of the huge things for this lockdown process, is that I take the dog out on much longer walks I ever would, and my mind wanders and I make different connections than I would, and I'm thinking about Brünnhilde, and it's far more creative than that normal thing when you're on the treadmill and you finish one opera and you're on to the next opera and you know notes and you've done the reading. Of course you've done the reading and you've done a little bit of listening, but we have a whole, I'm cancelled now for a year. So 10 months
Plenty
until
of
my
thinking
next
time.
job. Yeah. I mean, so that I've got plenty of work to look forward to, but everything can go more slowly.
Yeah.
So I've got the ring to work on, and then I've got my voice, which I still have to exercise every day.
Yeah.
But again, where before I would have worked for 10 minutes, warming my voice up for 10 minutes and then moving quickly on to whatever thing that I'm desperately quickly trying to learn. Now I might warm up for 10 minutes and move on to something else, but I might also work on my voice for an hour.
Yeah.
And give myself a singing lesson and really I've really gone back to basics with myself as if I were a beginner, and I've fixed little glitches in my voice that maybe I've just let pass for a couple of years.
Excellent.
So that's actually really exciting to I'm sort of giving myself a summer school.
That's brilliant. And have you managed to have distance vocal sessions with a teacher or with a coach yourself, with somebody teaching you?
I haven't. I think I will. But I haven't felt the need to yet. I've felt that I've had enough to work on on my own, but I've been doing German coaching.
Yeah, you said you've got a session with Gerhard coming up, have you?
Yeah. So I've just decided that once a month I will have a session with Gerhard, and we've had a couple already, and we were supposed to be working on the ring, but actually each time I've had to do a song for, various opera companies are asking for content because they want, they need to maintain contact with their punters, and I'm delighted to do that because a lot of the opera companies' ticket holders donated back their ticket in order for the artists to be paid a proportion. So I'm very grateful to the punters and happy to do that sort of thing. And also in this never-ending time where we have still, Nick, I don't understand why I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time, but it's still very exciting to have a deadline. When somebody goes, oh, can you record me a song in 4 days? Then our house comes to life and we're suddenly all galvanized and we make that song happen in 4 days.
That's brilliant.
And, so the excitement of a deadline still gets us going.
Yeah.
And I'm working on, I'm aware of what may happen in our short-term future in our business, and that is that it's going to be difficult for orchestras and large numbers of people. And so I'm working on a recital program, which I was working on before, but I'm working on it more seriously now. I have a composer who's writing me a song cycle, Scott Wheeler.
Brilliant.
So I'm liaising with him because he's in America and we should have been doing things personally at the moment. He should have been getting to know my voice. And so I'm sending him online material all the time to hear my voice so that he can write the song specifically for me. So I've got that happening and then trying to put together a program around that. And then when I've got that program fixed, who knows, because everything's so up in the air at the moment, who knows, I may have to start punting that, but it may be that because so many other leader festivals have been cancelled, everything's been shifted forward a year, I may not have any opportunities to do that, in which case I might, when things are open a bit more, I might try and make a CD of the recital. But, I've got plenty of projects on the go with...
That's absolutely fantastic. Give me the name of that composer again.
Scott Wheeler.
Scott Wheeler, right.
And he's writing poems based on the work of Barbara Levy, who's a New York poet, and they're about loss and grief and all sorts of miserable things. I love
all the usual, the usual romantic stuff. Yeah. That sounds
in a more 21st century way.
That sounds really brilliant. Tell me, by the way, how did you happen to be on the Radio 4 Today program? What led to that?
That was Longborough
Ah.
that set that up. They yes, so I just had an email from Longborough saying, would I like to represent them?
Yeah, excellent.
And of course, that was another little flurry of excitement in the house. Get the song ready for the radio. And then you build care, and yeah.
That's brilliant.
But that was fun, and that was what's amazing about that is that you suddenly get emails from people you haven't heard from.
We'll resume. Yeah,
it
back.
Says the connection's unstable.
Yeah, that's right. Well, good enough. Yes, thank you for the clip. I'll put the clip up on the Master Singers website with a link from.
I mean, it's a bit.
Yeah, it's just
the quality. I mean, we did it over the foot. We did it over the. And we were desperate to try and get. They said you can have 1 minute speaking and 1 minute singing. So we chose a song that was 55 seconds long because we'd listened to it lots of times before and they never get to finish. And we're like, we're going to get to finish. So we they started the pips when I was singing my last note.
Oh, right. That was perfect timing. Because I remember when, I think it was Tasman Little was on, and I think she managed to play one note because they had her talking. And then the piece had an intro, so you heard the piano, and then you heard her play one note, and then it was.
No. Well, I think they sort of rushed the talking along, and you can hear him pushing it along. And I'm not sure how much time we've got, but anyway, it was fine.
No, it's brilliant. It's very real, Lee. Wonderful to talk to you.
Okay.
Come on, David.
So yes, I will do.
Speak very soon.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.